Welcome to Markets Idiot. Today we're going to talk about Meta's pivotal AI moment and summarize the latest earnings call. Keep in mind, we use the power of AI to create this video. More details on the screen right now and in the description.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping right into Meta Platform's Q1 2025 earnings call and the follow-up session.
Yeah, and this isn't just about the numbers, is it?
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's really a look under the hood at how their huge AI investments are shaping their strategy and, well, probably how we'll all be interacting with tech down the line.
Exactly. We've got the transcripts from the main call, the Q&A, lots to unpack.
Right. So our mission for you, the listener, is basically to pull out the most important stuff about Meta's direction, especially with AI.
Yeah, what does it actually mean for their platforms, maybe even for your own, digital life? We want to give you that clear picture, engaging but not overwhelming.
Definitely. Let's get into it. I mean, the scale of what they're doing with AI,
Yeah.
the strategic shifts, it feels pretty significant.
It really is fascinating. You see this intersection of cutting edge tech, big business strategy, and how this whole digital world keeps changing. These calls give a great window into that.
Okay, so Mark Zuckerberg laid out 5 big areas for AI focus. First up, making advertising better. He kind of described AI as an agent delivering real results. What does that actually look like?
Well, the idea is it's a big step beyond just targeting ads. They're thinking businesses set goals, set a budget, and then the AI does pretty much everything else.
Finds the users, creates the ads, the whole thing.
Yeah, sort of optimizes the whole process based on the objective. It's moving away from manual campaign management.
And they're seeing results already, yeah. That new Reels ad recommendation model.
Right, boosted conversions by 5% last quarter. That's tangible.
And more advertisers are actually using their AI creative tools, too, up 30%. That adoption rate seems pretty fast.
It is, and the bigger vision they mentioned, this idea that AI could make advertising a bigger slice of the whole global economy. That's ambitious.
It's a bold claim, isn't it? It implies AI won't just make current ads better, but maybe change advertising itself, or even how we shop.
Exactly. It raises some big questions about where this could all lead.
Okay, second opportunity. More engaging user experiences. So better recommendations and new kinds of content.
And you can see the effect in the numbers. Time spent is up, right? Facebook, 7%, Instagram, 6%.
And Threads, 35% increase in the last 6 months. Wow.
Yeah, that Threads number is huge. Over 350 million monthly users now. It's looking like it could actually become a major player.
Definitely one to watch. And it's not just showing us more stuff, but AI enabling richer, more interactive content.
Yeah.
He mentioned feeds that could react to you.
And linking that to the bigger picture. The idea is if AI makes us all more productive, we'll have more free time.
Meaning more demand for entertainment, culture, all the stuff Meta's platforms offer.
Potentially, yeah. That seems to be the long-term bet there.
All right, third area, business messaging. WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram Direct. We all use them, but now they're talking about it as a core business pillar.
Right, and they pointed to places like Thailand and Vietnam, where people already buy and sell a lot through messaging apps.
Even the labor costs might be lower there.
Exactly. But here, maybe AI agents could make it work economically, handling customer support, sales.
Like every business having its own AI rep online, alongside its website.
Sort of, yeah. They see AI handling a lot of those interactions in maybe the next few years.
That's a potential big shift for how businesses operate, managing those AI agents effectively.
Definitely. It's not just plug and play.
Fourth is Meta AI itself.
Yeah.
Nearly 1 billion people using it across their apps already. That's huge.
It is. And the focus this year is making it a top personal AI. Personalization, voice chat, entertainment.
The vision seems to be this AI companion you talk to all day, on your phone, maybe eventually glasses.
That's the long game. And launching the standalone Meta AI app, especially with that social feed, really signals they want to lead in this space.
And monetization comes later. Product recommendations, ads, premium features. But first, just get people using it.
Seems like it. Build the user base, scale the engagement, then figure out the monetization. Classic tech playbook, really.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that dedicated app usage compares to the integrated features.
Absolutely. Does it foster different kinds of interaction?
Then the fifth one, AI devices. Glasses seem to be the big bet here for AI and maybe the metaverse down the road.
Yeah, the logic is pretty clear. Glasses can see what you see, hear what you hear. Yeah. It's a natural way for an AI to interact with the real world. Blends physical and digital.
And the potential market is massive, right? Yeah. Over 1 billion people wear glasses already.
So if AI glasses take off in the next, say, 5-10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity.
The Ray-Ban Meta glasses are showing promise. Sales tripled last year. People are actually using them.
hmm And they're planning more launches with EssilorLuxottica. Plus, they're seeing more engagement on the Quest VR headset too, with AI tools in Horizon.
So the hardware play gives them more control over the whole experience, potentially boosting all their other AI stuff.
That seems to be the strategy, owning the platform end to end.
Now, underpinning all this is their own AI models, the Llama series and the infrastructure. They just released Llama 4 models.
Yeah, first one's out. Described as intelligent, multimodal, low latency, efficient, all the good stuff.
And they're building that massive behemoth Llama 4 model, too.
Right, so it's this dual focus to build the really powerful general intelligence, but also figure out how to deliver it efficiently to billions of people. That's the challenge.
And they're spending more to build out that capacity faster. It clearly requires massive investment.
No question, the scale is immense.
We also got some clues about how people are actually using Meta AI right now. Top use case.
Information gathering. Search, understanding topics, analysis, makes sense, right?
Clearly. It's like a super-powered search engine or a research assistant.
Then comes social stuff, chatting, discussions, also writing help, interacting with images, asking for help generally.
And strongest use is in WhatsApp, one-on-one chats.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Followed by Facebook's feed integration. WhatsApp's reach is just so big globally.
But the standalone app is key for the US market, where WhatsApp isn't quite as dominant.
Right, it gives them a dedicated foothold there.
And with Llama itself, it sounds like they really want control, optimizing it for their systems, their use cases.
Definitely, like designing Llama 4 specifically for fast voice chats.
And focusing on long context windows for personalization makes sense if you want an AI that remembers you.
Exactly. And those huge models like Behemoth are needed to distill the smarts down into smaller, efficient models you can run everywhere.
So the standalone app gives faster access, more features.
And it's crucial for the US, like we said. It complements the in-app stuff, doesn't replace it.
Okay, let's switch gears to the financials. Q1 looked pretty good.
Yeah, revenue hit $42.3 billion, up 16%. That's solid growth.
And 3.4 billion daily users across the apps. Just staggering numbers.
Operating income was strong too, $17.6 billion, 41% margin. Net income, $16.6 billion.
And the spending on infrastructure, $13.7 billion in capital expenditures. Servers, data centers, the AI backbone.
Right. Plus $10.3 billion in free cash flow, and they're still doing buybacks and dividends.
So what's driving that revenue growth? Video seems key.
Definitely. Double-digit growth in video viewing on Facebook and Instagram in the US. Their recommendation improvements are paying off.
And they mentioned early wins from using LLMs in recommendations, like that 4% time spent lift on threads.
Plus growth from business messaging, WhatsApp business platform, and Meta-verified subs.
Ad impressions were up 5%, mainly Asia-Pacific, but ad prices jumped 10%. That suggests strong advertiser demand.
Yeah, advertisers are willing to pay more.
And they're trying to get more efficient with monetization, optimizing ad loads, slowly adding ads to places like Threads.
Right, gradually rolling out ads there, not expecting a huge immediate windfall.
But the ad system improvements sound significant. That GEM model giving up to 5% better conversions on Reels ads.
That's a real difference for advertisers. It makes their spend work harder.
And the Advantage Plus AI ad tools seem popular, simplifying campaigns, adding video features, virtual try-on.
And that incremental attribution feature showing a 46% lift in incremental conversions and tests, that's powerful for proving ad value.
So where's the money going? Capital allocation.
Still mostly investing back into the business, infrastructure obviously, but also hiring tech talent monetization, AI, reality labs, dealing with regulation.
And CapEx is going up significantly because of all this AI investment.
Yeah, both for the generative AI stuff and just core business needs. They need flexibility and efficiency.
Their Q2 revenue outlook is $42.5 to $45.5 billion. It mentions some macro uncertainty and maybe less spending from some Asian e-commerce firms in the U.S.
Right, factoring that in. And for the full year, they actually lowered the expense forecast slightly, $118 billion.
But bumped up the CapEx forecast significantly
Yeah.
to $72 billion. Data centers and hardware costs, mostly for AI.
Exactly. That's a huge commitment.
Then there's the regulatory side, the EU's DMA.
Yeah, the commission decided their pay-for-no-ads model doesn't comply.
So they might have to change things in Europe, could impact users, revenue.
Potentially, they plan to appeal, but adjustments might be needed anyway. It creates uncertainty.
How about Reality Labs, the metaverse division?
Revenue was down 6% year over year in Q1, mainly lower Quest sales.
But offset a bit by the Ray-Ban glasses doing well.
Right. Still a big operating loss, though. $4.2 billion for the quarter.
Ouch. But the focus is efficiency and scaling the glasses, right? Sales
Yeah.
tripled, usage is high. They seem to be playing the long game there.
Very much so. Aiming for big volumes eventually.
And they think AI coding agents will do a lot of their R&D work soon, like by late next year.
That's what they suggested. And using AI agents internally to optimize recommendations, too.
What about compute capacity? Still a bottleneck.
It sounds like it's still a challenge. Managing supply and the massive demand for AI processing. They're building data centers like crazy and trying to make workloads more efficient.
But ad ranking keeps improving. Conversions growing faster than impressions.
Yeah, constant investment there. New models like GEM help. They see advertising as a relative performance game, always needing to get better.
And WhatsApp for Business? They're testing AI agents with small businesses first.
Yeah, focusing on businesses selling goods or services initially, building tools for the whole customer journey, from leads to support.
Aiming for customization and business control. And testing those AI agents in Facebook and Instagram ads, too.
The ultimate vision seems to be a single AI agent that works across all their platforms for a business.
How do they see the competitive landscape for AI agents shaping up?
They expect different agents for different things: work productivity, personal stuff, entertainment. They think personalization and multimodality, handling different data types, will be key differentiators.
And they did mention those China-based retailers maybe spending less in the U.S. due to regulatory changes.
Right, the de minimis exemption changes. Expecting some impact there, though maybe spend shifts elsewhere.
That incremental attribution feature, again, it models conversions that only happen because of the ad.
Exactly. It's an opt-in feature, but showing big lift in tests helps prove the real value add.
What about their own custom chips, MTIA?
Initially for helping with core ad ranking and recommendations. Ramping up in 2025, maybe expanding to training and Gen AI later. But they stress they're still partnering with major chip makers too.
They think building big models, then distilling them down gives them an edge. Faster time to market.
Yeah, advantages in latency and efficiency, potentially accelerating product development.
And glasses are really seen as key for the future AI assistant.
Seems critical to their vision. Strong early signs on demand and usage. Even in a mobile world, glasses offer unique capabilities.
Looking at costs for 2025, infrastructure is the biggest driver of growth. Operating costs, depreciation.
By far. Followed by paying for all that tech talent.
What happens if big advertisers cut spending? Does it hurt ad prices?
It can put downward pressure, yeah. But then it might create opportunities for smaller advertisers. Meta's diverse business helps cushion that.
And the DMA thing in Europe? Still working on it.
Ongoing talks with the Commission. Still unclear what changes are needed or the financial hit.
Depreciation costs will grow, but maybe slower than last year because servers last longer now.
That's the expectation, yeah. Extended useful life helps moderate that growth slightly.
Did they say much about TikTok competition?
They saw some engagement bumps when TikTok was briefly unavailable in the US, but said their focus is just building the best product they can.
And finally, this idea of advertising becoming a bigger share of GDP.
They believe it will, driven by digital commerce, better AI-powered ads, more personalization, but no specific numbers on how much bigger.
Okay, so wrapping this deep dive up, Meta is clearly all in on AI. It's touching everything. Ads, user experience, messaging, personal AI, even hardware.
Right. Massive investments in infrastructure and people to make it happen, while also trying to boost monetization and deal with regulations.
The big takeaways for you, the listener. Just the sheer scale of Meta AI adoption already. The real impact AI is having on ad effectiveness. And this really ambitious long-term plan for AI weaving into our devices and daily interactions.
It's a fundamental shift they're driving towards.
And yeah, if that felt like a lot of info, hopefully breaking it down like this gave you a clear, solid understanding without getting lost in the weeds. I mean, personally, I find it pretty exciting to see these changes happening so fast. It makes you wonder what's next.
Absolutely. Which leads to maybe a final thought for you to chew on. With all this data, all this computing power going into AI, what kind of unexpected changes, societal or technological, might pop up? Stuff beyond the obvious applications we talked about today.
That's a good one. Definitely something to think about.
It's worth pondering the longer-term ripples.
Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Meta's latest.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.